Dear little dude, today is the beginning of April. This is what you look like. You're probably a little bit bigger than this right now. You are 24 weeks inside your mom's womb, and I am celebrating by doing something that is absolutely terrifying, which is I am recording the first of what I hope will be many video messages to you that are going to be shared with the wider world in a series that, at least right now, is going to be called Dear Little Dude. Now, when you're 14 years old, it probably won't make any sense to call you that. And if I'm still doing it in 14 years, maybe I'll change the name. But I want to share messages with you, little dude, and with everybody else who's listening to this that resonate with me in my brain right now. Call this group therapy, call it parenting via video conference. I don't know what you want to call it, but what I do know is I have thoughts in my head that I would like to share with you, and then I figured that other people would like to hear as well. That is audacious. That is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I'm a professional speaker as one of the things that I do, which you know, little dude, if you're watching this in the future. Or maybe you don't. Maybe I quit and I'm driving or floating a catamaran around. Who knows? But it is the scariest thing in the world to talk when you don't know whether there's going to be an audience. At least for me as a professional speaker. Give me 1,000 people and I at least know that I can entertain 1,000 people. Give me who knows how many, and I could just be shouting out into the wind. So if nothing else, at least I have an audience of one, you right now, little dude Haley, who are week 24. I don't know if this is backwards on your screen, but it does say Charlie Antelope because you are the size of a cantaloupe. Ha ha ha, your parents are very funny. And I want to share the first of these short little messages to you about parenting, about starting your own business, about being a human. And I just want to talk to you about fear. Little dude, this is the scariest thing I will do all week. And I know that sounds ridiculous because it's just me talking to the computer, basically. And who knows how many people actually watch this. But this is the scariest thing that I will do all week. I have been putting this off. I have been finding any reason to do anything else because one of my greatest fears in the world is trying to do something and having it not be awesome. And there are other people listening to this that will probably understand that, hey, look, Lily's coming to visit. You can tell that this is a very high quality production that we're doing here because the dog has come into the back of the video. Thanks, Lily. That was scripted, by the way. I told her to come in at 3 minutes. So the scariest thing in the world for me is doing something when you don't know how it's going to turn out and when it's kind of scary because you've never seen anybody do this before. So that's where I'm at right now. And I will tell you my secret of how I actually came to do it. 2 things. Number 1 is I started asking other people to be involved. So I asked my good friend Megan if she would be willing to help with some light video editing, and she said sure, which means now I have somebody else having me on the hook to have to do something. So just enlisting other people to look at it, to share it, to ask what they feel about it, brings it out of the space of my mind and makes it a little bit more real. The other thing that I did was I have freed myself from the consequences of failure, meaning I would much rather live in a world where I try to do something and it fails than to live in a world where I never do something. And that's very after school, especially, little dude. Like lots of people say that. That's it. You know, there's that little dude. There used to be a video of a guy named Shia LaBeouf. He may still be famous when you watch this, I don't know, but he came and he did this flexing video and he was like, just do it. And the whole Nike shoe corporation has really made a whole thing out of just do it. And I don't know, sometimes you should just do it. Sometimes you shouldn't just do it. I don't think that's very good advice. For me, the biggest thing is when I think of a year down the road, when you are in my life and I'm holding you in my arms, or when I think of you 10 years down the road, when you're in school and you're afraid of something, what would I want you to do? And I would want you to try. I would want you to give it a shot. I'm going to be so much more proud of you for giving a shot at something and trying something outside of your comfort zone than if you just always played it safe. And I will have more messages in the future about not playing it safe. I started a new business this year. I have started selling myself as a product, which is really weird. Again, the audacity that anybody would care, the audacity that anybody would actually want to listen is crazy. It's a certain degree of crazy. It's a certain degree of arrogant. I think you have to be a little crazy and a little arrogant to sell yourself as a product. But little dude, at least try. At least give yourself the shot. And you know what? If it fails, you'll have something really cool to look back on. If I only make one of these, I can still show you this video when you're old enough to understand, and hopefully not so old that you think I'm lame. And hopefully you'll see the love that went into it. You'll see I don't know if it's courage or stupidity. It feels kind of the same, but one of those two things. And I hope that it will inspire you to try things too. Little man, you are going to join our world in 16 weeks, hopefully. I mean, like, who knows? Maybe it's 14, maybe it's 18. Your mom was late coming. I was early. So we'll see, but you're going to be here soon, and I'm so excited for it. And I'm going to celebrate you by sharing a little bit about with the world about what it's like to be your parent right now. And hopefully in the end, you'll have something really cool to look back on. And you'll be able to see your dad when he had hair, and you'll be able to see Lily when she was still walking around, when she wasn't bionic dog, who's 25 years old and still kicking around and asking for treats. That's my hope. And maybe this will be the last one. I don't know. I can't predict the future. What I do know, little dude, is I love you. I'm proud of you. I don't even know who you are yet. I'm proud of you. And I'm so excited to get to share this journey with you and with anybody else who might care to watch our conversations. I'll talk to you next week. Have an awesome rest of your day, no matter what you happen to be doing. I love you very much. Goodbye.